Okay, welcome back to the playthrough. This is part 2, and we open back up with Jail Bay as we're in front of this weird old guy. And he's going to notice I'm a rookie trainer. Well, I've been playing Pokemon long enough, but for the purpose of being a 10-year-old girl who's only just been forced to Pokemon by a crazy old man who... let's just go yes. I'm not going to stretch that too much. Was rookie at something? Fair enough. Well, apart from Jesus. Yeah, sure, why not? Da 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 and that's it. Okay. So I do actually very much like the music for this part, and if I could be bothered to stop the recording, do a new one just to get the music, and then re-record this again, I would have. But I'm a lazy arse, so you're gonna have to make do with that. Anyway, the reason I did that little upgrade is to get the map card, which is always nice. I don't actually think I need it, but it's very useful, considering it just wastes about 10 minutes of seconds, 10 somethings of my time. It's not much of a problem. Anyway, Mr. Pokemon's house is up here, so we'll ignore Cherry Grove for now. And I come across... oh, there's just no escaping the fuckers, is there? Bad language, I apologise for that. I'll try and make that the last time I use a naughty word. For the sake of keeping this child friendly. Not that anyone who doesn't know the words will be watching this. Anyway, it's a Caterpie, it can do nothing to me, so I'm just gonna get some easy experience. Ooh, hello. Wait, what? Ooh, very nice. Okay. Oh yes, Gen 2's when they start learning to hold items.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
And Caterpie is going to die. Tackle once more. Okay. Anyway, I've had some queries about the nickname thing, and it is basically just leave in the comment the Pokemon you want nicknamed and the nickname you want for it. And if I get multiple suggestions, I'll pick the one I like the most. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't actually had any questions for that, but I'm preempting what will come from the previous video. There's always going to be at least one person on the server who doesn't quite understand things as they should, and could do with a bit of trying harder. Anyway, this is another generic bird. They couldn't think of creating new birds and bugs. They'd do that next in every other gen, but nope. This gen they thought, you know what? Honestly, I like the thought process that went into making this game the most. I mean, in design-wise, the Game Freak clearly went, you know what? We don't need to make more generic bugs. The generic bugs we have at the moment work fine. I'm not going to go and ruin that. Let's not create more. That would just make people like it less. Let's simply just, let's just add new things that weren't in the previous game. Okay, Centret, sort of Rattata copy. There's some that are quite clearly plagiarized, but they haven't created newer versions of Pokes that nobody liked already. Every other gen's had new bugs. Actually, Gen 5 is probably the first gen that I've actually quite liked the bugs they've added. Well, not Sawaddle, not Sowing, or not the Sowing Pokemon, the Scolipede line. They're quite cool. I mean, didn't like them at first because of the colour, but they're actually pretty cool, so bear with it. And another Pidgey. Fun ensues here. Go, O.O. Yeah, Super Bestial Prize. Again, my channel will be... what do you mean again? I haven't mentioned it yet. Yeah, I just right now I remembered that there's a nickname rater in Goldenrod, so I can change O.O to a nickname. So if you want the Cyndaquil nicknamed, whichever way you want it, you can leave that in the comments too, or any Pokemon until I get to Goldenrod. Not that these videos ever get comments. Anyway, here's the my channel's link will be in the description of all these videos. I'll bloody make sure Somalia puts it there. If not, I'll be very annoyed indeed. So subscribers will get specialist treatment when it comes to nicknames. Anyhow, I don't know if I'll be putting anything on there soon. Possibly a few battles. Anyway, this is Professor Oak and Mr. Pokemon. I won't need to speak to either of them for a while after this. Yeah, Pokemon are friends. Pokemon are bad creatures of war. I do competitive battling. I see Pokemon as creatures that have been genetically inbred to make sure they have the best possible outcome, possibly through 10-15 generations in the space of a few days, the rest of which have been discarded or released or shoved deep into the Pokemon storage system, in a desperate attempt just not to have to see them again. Whereas... Oh, hello, what's happened? Oh, he's healing, okay. Whereas here, Pokemon, you don't get the choice to breed EVs continuously. I'm not going to bother daycare breeding myself some EV. You can't even get EVs in this game. It's DVs and IVs still. That's unimportant. I doubt I'll do any breeding on this with Pokemon in this game. The other, what? Just shut up there. I do have a habit of talking to myself. Sometimes it's the most intelligent conversation I get, so I take it. Anyway, there's a Hoppip. I mean, do you remember how I said earlier some of the Pokemon were incredibly creative? Yeah, there are a few exceptions. Hoppip is one of those exceptions. It's sort of the land equivalent of Magikarp. Only it never evolves into a rampant great water dragon thing. It just evolves into increasingly annoying, useless balls of light grass or something. Hell if I know. Anyway, I'll just take the path back. I don't particularly need to grind for what's coming up. Spoilers, battle! If there were no more battles in this Pokemon game, it'd be a very, very disappointing Pokemon game. Well, first things first, let's go to the Poké Center. Don't know why I'm going to the Poké Center. It's not like Hoppip did any damage. Sometimes I'm just not thinking. Look at that. It's me being a maverick. My Pokemon are fully healed, but I'm going to the Poké Center anyway. That's just how much of a maverick I am. Woo. Berry. Give O.O. Pokemart. Ooh, hit the wall. That's not very clever. I'm going to buy some potions because they'll be useful. Let's use 6. That will do. Can't buy Pokeballs yet. Yeah, YouTube are very picky about copyright on music on videos apparently, so I will be doing most of my own music. There's an apology in advance for the previous section. And here comes the unloved Ginger Kid. You got it. And he needs a voice now, doesn't he? You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. A wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Delete bit. So... Question mark, wants to battle. Oh, come on! I call shenanigans. I have the cynical get stuff. Right, reset. Oh well. Tackle. That'll work. See how effective my running into it and hitting it with my fiery body is to that water-based crocodile. Well, water-based crocodile. What? As opposed to the land-dwelling kind of crocodile. Well, it's not Godzilla, is it? See, there's no one else I know that I can have that level of joke, that level of joke would ever come off in conversation. That's what I mean about talking to myself. Maybe I'll get a co-host on one of these sometime, if I really get bored. Or desperate, or a bit of both, I guess. The name's question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay, remember that. Whee! Wow, I didn't know we have running shoes in this. No, pushing B, nothing happening. Why did he have running shoes? Why couldn't I have them? Anyway, again, avoid battles. Cyndaquil, I don't need Cyndaquil until it gets to fire move in a few levels, I think. It's been a hell of a long time since I've played this, as I mentioned in part 1. And back to... what's his face? New Bark, yeah, that. I was about to say Cherry Grove. My brain has just gone to mush at this point. Back to the creepy old man. Is that a pizza delivery boy, or is that a policewoman? Some of these sprite, or is it a British Airways pilot? It's quite hard to tell sometimes. What? You battled a train like that? Did you happen to get his name? Rival name. Here's a good one. Okay. Again, I should have probably seen this question coming. Well, his name was that. That was his name. Stupid. Yes, that's what it said. It said his name was question mark, question mark, question mark. That's a bit of a silly question. It's good to I remembered. Anyway, his big discovery was Mystery Egg. This is a new plot device. We haven't had this in Kanto. This is incredible. I've had them though. We've had Pokedexes before. So he seems to be getting on great at Pokemon. Take Pokemon Gym Challenge. Closest gym is Violet. Oh, Jailbird. The road to championship will be a long one. Okay, I'm doing a different voice to this guy every time. So I'm just going to stop doing his voice. I'm only going to do a few voices, and his isn't one of them. Mom? And question mark, question mark, question mark. They're the only two I'm going to do now. That's it from me. Anyway, I have just received my Pokeballs. Now his assistant has given me his cache of balls. I've also got the it's not called the bag. That's a pity. I could have had a ball bag joke. Oh well. Might add the balls to my pack. And obligatory Pokemon catching tutorial. Anyone who has not ever caught a Pokemon anyone who has not caught a Pokemon before will find this very informative. Anyway, this is how you catch a Pokemon. That's a Rattata. Pokeball. You throw the Pokeball. In very, very difficult. Takes ages to master that one. And he caught it. This guy's sharking. You can't find level 5 Rattatas here. They've got a Sharker as an NPC. What does that say about this game, eh? Anyway, it's approaching, well, it's 1340 according to Camtasia. There'll be a bit of snipping out at the beginning that fails. So I'm going to take this chance to save. And here endeth part 2. Okay, yeah. I like, rate, comment, all the usual YouTube stuff.